Good evening, friends. Welcome to this session. We have Dr. Vinod back with us. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. Good
Yeah.
evening.
As you know, Dr. Vinod is not only a doctor, a specialist, but he analyzes what is happening in India in a very sort of pragmatic manner. And many of you say that you find it very interesting because, in a sense, he's also educating you. So, thank you for that, Dr. Vinod.
Welcome.
Yeah. So, Dr. Vinod, let's start with the first topic. We are talking about none other than, Rahul Gandhi. Now, the Election Commission of India has responded to Rahul Gandhi's allegations of vote theft, labeling his claims as misleading and challenging him to file an oath-based affidavit. In response to Gandhi's question about why CCTV footage from polling booths is being erased, the ECI clarified that footage is only retained if a candidate files a legal challenge. The Commission explained that otherwise, the vast amount of footage serves no purpose and would take an impracticably long time to review. The ECI also referred Gandhi to a previous court judgment regarding his request for a digital voter list. Now, Dr. Vinod, see, it seems very strange. This man, he will not sign anything. He will, not want to make anything formal. He just shoots and scoots, isn't it?
Yeah. See, basically, what he is saying is that vote chori, vote theft, point into anomalies like, see, one core mystery votes, missing digital voters' data, and erasure of CCTV and video records. That is his main allegation now. Again, every day it is shifting, isn't it? From one thing to other thing. Look at whatever he has said in the past. One day he will say something. After 1 week, it will be a totally different subject. Because when he comes to know that it has not taken foot in the minds of people, he will shift it. See, shifting goalpost is the new strategy by him. And see, in this country, when a serious allegation is put, the best thing is there are ways and means by which you can approach the institution. When Election Commission of India, let's take for an example what has happened in Bangalore, because that was the Bangalore Central was the most important thing which he said. And I don't know whether he said 7 constituents in Bangalore Central or 8. It is not still a confusing. He said only one place BJP has won. It is a factual error. Probably since you are from Bangalore, as I understand what is read from the various media, in 4 of the constituencies, there is no exact assembly constituency wise vote which is being disclosed by the Election Commission. But I think all the parties are aware of this. As I understand, from 4 assembly constituencies out of 8, BJP won, and out of another 4, it is Congress only won. And from I think 2008, this constituency, the parliamentary Bangalore Central came into force from 2008, and in 2009, 2014, 2019, and 2024, it is always BJP and the same person, Mr. Mohan, who won for this thing. So how can he say that? Like, for example, if you want to add a person to the electoral rolls, there are methods. Either it can be done digitally or you can approach the local person. Then that's called a Form 7. Now, if anybody wants, and then the rolls will be, as soon as an election comes, the rolls will be published. Again, by the digital data, the status digital data is by the state CEO, Election Commission CEO of the state. Under his website, the whole the electoral rolls will be published, the draft, or the not the permanent one. Then anybody has the right. Anybody has the right to object. People has to cross check. That is why they call that what is that called? Polling booth agent, booth level agent. That's called BLA. As well as the BLO is there. Actually, BLA is the party agent. who works in association with the BLO, booth level officer. No, they are supposed to visit the voters' house, confirm whether that the voters' list is right or wrong. They have 30 days. As I understand, they have 30 days. If they with the verification, if there is any issue, they can actually file the Form 8 for deleting. Form 8 or Form, it's basically adding is Form 6, deleting is Form 7, and transfer is Form 8. Now, if I want to transfer my vote from Uttar Pradesh to Bangalore, I am entitled to do that. And if it is not done against the law, anybody has the right to delete it. I mean, give a petition to delete it in Form 7. And they say why these people have not done any of these things. Now, after elections, after 1 year, they are saying all these things. Now, in the every polling booth, there is a polling booth level agent is allotted. They can always object if it is a wrong person who is coming to vote. If I am the agent for one particular person, Congress, I have the right to object. And if there is discrepancy, it will not be given the vote, or it will be kept in abeyance. No. So after all these years, when they have lost the election, what is the point in saying? And another interesting thing, see, as far as I understand, there are only less than 1,000 staff for the Election Commission of India. 500 in the main secretariat and 500 in Delhi, below 500. So actually, the election is not done by these 1,000 people. They take the help of local government. Who was ruling Karnataka in 2024? It was the Congress only. So how can the BJP as a party sabotage the whole election process without Congress coming to know about that? Everybody has the right to object. So I don't think so. That is why Election Commission is saying the proper method is you give a writing under oath or commitment, so that if you are wrong, we will take action against you. What is the problem? Or anybody will start. See, any citizen can write a complaint, no? So it will be hell of a big tough job for them. So let him go through the proper channels. If he is not convinced about the Election Commission, let him go to the court. But now what is happening? He has taken the mass to the roads. It is just like a riot. Things are going on like a riot. And it's unfortunate that he is trying to spread it to the whole of the country, or the system is, or the Congress is trying to spread it to the whole of the country. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. And also simultaneously, Dr. Vinod, now Congress leader K.N. Rajanna, he submitted his resignation from the post of Karnataka Cooperation Minister on Monday after the party's high command reportedly asked him to step down. This followed his critical remarks about his own party, where he expressed concern that they had failed to address alleged lapses in the electoral rolls before the election. He stated that the party should feel ashamed because these irregularities happened right in front of our eyes, while he supported the party's irregularity charge. Rajan also questioned the alacrity of the Congress party, saying that the voter list was prepared when Congress was in power. At that time, was everyone just sitting quiet with their eyes closed, he asked, adding that the party should feel ashamed. And is it acceptable for party leaders to criticize their own party publicly is what is now troubling Congress. And what we feel is that he is trying to promote accountability. He is not undermining the party's unity, isn't it, Dr. Vinod?
He has raised a very, very valid point. Just like as I said, no, Congress was in power in Karnataka and in Bangalore Central. It is whose fault? It is the ministers who had to make sure that, or the system which has to make sure that the election process is going correctly. And there are checks and balances which are there in the election process. When we publish the draft of the electoral rolls, Whose responsibility is that? It is a Congress as well as any party. No, it is a part, the political party's agent's role or the party's role to check, because it is there is always a possibility of somebody joining without the right, not in the right means. Whose fault is it? So if I am in a political party, I am contesting for the elections. It is me or my manager who has to see that in every booth they visit they all come to the houses to give the slips and all. No, there is a cross verification, there is a check, and if there is a problem, they had the opportunity at that time. Now, once the election is over, if there is a problem, you have 45 days. As I understand, you have 45 days to file a complaint. If that is not there, see, how can the election commission keep all the video and all the records of all the everything of all the booth in all the constituencies of the nation? This is practically impossible.
Possible.
Because that means they have accepted the verdict. Within 45 days, if nobody has any complaint, it is understood that if I am the candidate who has lost, I have accepted my fate or the verdict of the people. Now they are saying they want digital data. They are all saying things which are not possible. That is the very interesting part. They are asking for, demanding certain things which are practically impossible. Now, see, if he keeps on saying this, it is only creating a bad image about India in other part of the world.
Yeah.
This is happening when many things are moving against India, whether it is tariff, whether it is Pakistan, or whether it is other countries which are trying to belittle us. So, in such a situation, he is creating big trouble, or the system is his system is creating a big trouble along with the media, asking people to go to there was a channel in Kerala who said people should go to the street to protest against that. Very open call for creating trouble in India. So things are moving very totally wrong direction.
Yeah. Also, Dr. Vinod, see, you and I know when we were in school or when we were in college, whenever if any student behaved badly, they were either thrown out or their parents were called and they were put under, detention, whatever. So many things they were fined, whatever. Now, this person, Rahul Gandhi and his sister, create a ruckus outside Parliament. And they encourage all the others also to create ruckus, and then they are bundled into vans, and there also they try to act as though they own India. Now, when such things happen, don't we have laws for all this?
Now, again, let's look again at the same thing. What he wants to meet election commission. Okay. Usually, in an office, in a very protected office, when somebody is coming for a discussion, imagine how many people should be there to present his case. Probably 5 or 6. Election Commission has agreed for meeting 30 parliamentarians or 30 leaders. Now what he wants the Election Commission to meet all the 300 MPs. Is there any logic? So is it for a discussion, or as you said, creating ruckus is going to the Election Commission office? Simple logic. Is it possible for 3 persons or 1 person to talk to a crowd of 300 MPs? And what is so he is demanding a solution which is totally impractical. Yeah. Isn't it? How can Election Commission meet all the 300 MPs? Imagine what could be the situation in that room. So there is no logic in whatever he is saying. He is actually demanding totally impractical demands.
Yeah. Do you think do you think he and his family are being pressurized by some external forces? Who are doing it under some.
I really don't know. We should think like that. See, everything is like an orchestra, as if somebody is waving the band, no, waving the band of that orchestra. It is happening in like what he is saying, like what media is saying. At the same time, look at what is happening against India in US. So everything is a very orchestrated move. So naturally we should suspect. See, it's very difficult to prove these things. Who is really behind all these things? You can only assume there must be something bigger going on beyond this. First of all, this is an obsolete issue. It is 1 year old. None of them have ever contested in the election commission the proper channel about their election process. Everything is over. Now, as of out of blue, suddenly he's saying, first he is saying, I have an atom bomb. I have an atom bomb against whom? Election Commission of India. Look at the imagery. Atom bomb is to destroy. It is never to refine or correct.
Yes.
Isn't it? So the imagery itself is absolutely wrong. He wants to put an atom bomb to the Election Commission of India and probably India. Though it is a usage, but the words he used doesn't have a concept of correction or a refinement or a solution. He wants to just destroy. That is why somebody very interestingly said, next thing he will go against Reserve Bank of India. Probably that is because he wants to systematically destroy. First, he said about courts. He doesn't have any belief in court system. That is why he's not filing any case, isn't it? So very interesting turn of events which is happening.
Yeah. Also, Ronaldo says highly irresponsible opposition. He is so correct because today we saw Akhilesh Yadav jumping over the barrier, like he's a third-class gunda, jumping over the barrier instead of, trying to keep his status. He's acting like a third-class thug. And these are the kind of thugs who are, opposing Modi ji and the kind of development that India is doing. Now, what do these people want? Do they want pandemonium? Okay, when they were there, when Akhilesh Yadav was in power, his houses were built of the most expensive Italian marble. Okay, when they broke his house, even his bathrooms were made of Italian marble. And these are the people who will decide to tell the public what they want us to do and what they are going to do for us. That means you look at the shallow level of opposition that we have. Nobody is strong. They are all corrupt to the core.
They were saying, very interestingly, we were treated like school students or college students or ordinary people. See, a member of parliament is a very respectable position. But only when I am behaving like a responsible person. If I am creating trouble on the street, there are better ways. Suppose Rahul Gandhi is the election commission main person, the main chief election commissioner. Will he allow 300 persons, whether it is MP or somebody else, to come to him for a tougher term for a discussion? Will any one of us will allow that in the real sense? Who will think in a real, calm, cooler way? What we will say, you come with 5 people, let me talk to you. So they are creating real problem and trying to take advantage of it. But the problem is, in India, everyone is watching this. The voters are watching. And will they select such a person to the highest position of prime ministership? That is what he should think. He is being unreasonable. Unreasonable.
What Swami is saying, our tax money is being wasted daily.
Unfortunately, what can we do about that? It is for the people to think. It is for the nation to think whether this is the right way to approach an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, moving on to somebody who's speaking the same language as Rahul Gandhi and the opposition, we are talking about Pakistan. Now, the Pakistani military chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir, allegedly made a series of threats against India during a recent US visit. According to a report, Munir warned that if Pakistan faced an existential threat from India, it will take down half the world. He also specifically threatened to use missiles to destroy any dam India builds on the Indus River, citing concerns that a dam could starve 250 million people. The comments were reportedly made at a private dinner where recording devices were prohibited. Your remarks on
Yeah,
that?
see, this happened in Florida, in Tampa. It was actually a private black tie event. It's a private event hosted by some businessman, Pakistani businessman. And he said this: if we go down, we'll take half the world down with us, or take down half the world with us, which means it is more than India. India consists of only a very small portion of the world, isn't it? Very,
Yes.
very small portion of the world. So the word he said was, we'll take half the world down with us. And another very interesting thing, I will fire 10 missiles. So he is not very sure about one missile doing the work. 10 missiles. If India is actually building a dam, we will wait till the dam is built. So how childish he is speaking. How childish he is speaking, isn't it? So, say we know what has happened in Operation Sindoor. In 4 days' time, how Pakistan was cornered and they couldn't even touch the hair of India, isn't it? Isn't it? They have given, they have sent so many drones, they have sent so many missiles. What happened to them? And still he is boasting about sending 10 missiles. And that's what I said. No, he's not sure about one missile doing the one missile. So to even see, look at the childish way of speaking. To burst a dam, he needs 10 missiles. And he is speaking about destroying India. So I think we should ignore. And I think Ministry
Also,
of another,
yeah.
but there is a very, very serious point. See, America and Americans were always afraid of weapons of mass destruction. Remember the Iraq thing. They couldn't even take out a weapon of. You can't find. They didn't even find one weapon of mass destruction there. And now this Munir is speaking about a nuclear threat sitting in America. That is something very, very bad. Not for Munir. Munir can say anything. Was there any correction which has come out of America? The so-called country where they are, they say they all love humanity. They are for the. See, how can they make? I don't think anyone has ever threatened another country or the world sitting inside US till this moment. Why Trump is not saying anything about that? Why their national security advisor is not saying anything? Don't you think it is something which is very, very unusual that he was allowed,
absolutely.
he had the guts or he has the audacity to speak about such a very bad thing sitting in US?
Also, Vinodji, see, those who were invited to the black tie dinner were reportedly not allowed to carry mobile phones or any other digital devices, and no text of the speech was provided. The news outlet reported the speech from the memory of many participants present at the event. So that itself shows you the sly way of working. They don't do anything straightforward. Everything is done in a sly, sleazy manner.
But if he expected to speak something and India not knowing it, I'm again saying he's absolutely foolish, isn't it? Huh? India will be the first one to know. Naturally, we have our own minds and methods, and that has happened. But I'm wondering why American people or American officials have not responded to this. That is very surprising.
Yeah. So, also in connection with this, in a Bloomberg report, indicates that weeks after Donald Trump broke the news of a possible ceasefire between India and Pakistan and unceremoniously ended Operation Sindoor, He had a 35, Trump had a 35-minute call with Modi. During this conversation, Modi reportedly told Trump that India does not and will never accept mediation. This happened after Modi declined an invitation to the White House, which officials saw as an attempt to force a joint photo op with the Pakistani army chief. Following these events, New Delhi officials noted a shift in Trump's tone as he began publicly criticizing India with his comments like dead economy and eventually imposed a 50% tariff on India's exports.
Absolutely. See, there has to be. You look at China. China is a country which is importing oil, Russian oil, much more than what India is importing. But then there is no additional tariff for China. Why is that? And interestingly, that is when our External Affairs Ministry or somebody said, you are also buying, the US themselves are buying uranium, some other things, chemicals and some other things from Russia. Why you are doing this? And the very interesting answer by the United States President is, I'm not aware of that. Can you imagine somebody saying like that? And he just went to another question. So, unfortunately, I think when Trump expected that India will kneel down, we have not done that, and we have not accepted that US was actually mediating between India and Pakistan. And it is not because of you, it was a direct request by the Pakistani DGMO that we came for that agreement, that the war was stopped. This was, I think, a big shocker for Donald Trump. When Europe budged, when Canada budged, and he never expected India to take a firm stand. And now India is thinking, very interesting thing has come very recently. It has only come out today or 2 days back. The Reserve Bank has removed all. There is a very specific account for which, if an account has to be opened, he has to take the RBI's permission. RBI has removed that. Now, Indian banks can open that specific bank with any foreign bank, so that account with any foreign bank, so that the trades can be in rupee, Indian rupee. This is going to strengthen actually officially the record were out by on the 5th of this month, but it is coming out slowly through banks to the customers only now. So that is a very, very strong step which is being taken by the Reserve Bank of India, so that the power of rupee will go up.
Yeah. So now the other piece of news is that the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with Russia's first Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov to review military technical cooperation and the progress of joint strategic projects. The discussions held on Friday also covered collaborations in civil aviation, metallurgy, and the chemical industry, according to the Russian government's press service. Now, also there is a comment. Narayan says Zelensky phoned Modi to discuss about peace talk. It's a big slap for Trump again. Now, in a very funny way, many years back, there was a cartoon, showing China, Russia, and India. They are the three giants looking down at America. So those people anticipated this long time back. Your comments on all of this, Dr.
No, early 90s. As I understand it, it's early 90s, almost 100 years back. Almost 100 years back. See, when somebody is taking a very aggressive strategy, there will be counter strategies. So that is why his old national advisor said, you are making a big mistake by offending India, because it took so many years, 20 years, to liberate India's thought process or alliance with Russia. The US were doing that very systematically for the 10 to 12, 15 years. Now you have destroyed everything. See, when US is becoming aggressive, naturally the ties with Russia will get strengthened. Not only that, you see, now China is also seeing that opportunity. China is also welcoming India with both hands. So, as someone has said, what is our real problem with China? It is regarding a small area of land or an area of land. For a bigger cause, for a bigger thing, suppose China and India come to a terms that let's freeze that issue with the land for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. We have difference of opinion. Okay, let us freeze that. You remain where you are, we will remain where we are. The problem with the China is over. The problem with the China is over. Now it is their interest also, Chinese interest also, that we are China, Russia, and India come to close ties, at least regarding business, at least regarding trade. Now, who else is joining? You look at Brazil, what the president has said, and the complaint of Trump was that they are not. He is not calling me. See, he is worried about that. Nobody is calling him. And Brazil said, it is better that I call Modi or Putin rather than calling you. It was a big insult to Trump. So naturally, this axis is going to come up. Russia, China, India, probably along with Brazil and South Africa. If that happens, if they come out with a common currency and all for dealing with themselves, dollar will be in big trouble. See, first of all, he has underestimated India. That is a big issue. The big mistake I think Trump has made.
Yeah, absolutely. And also now, see, it's also, I don't know, Dr. Vinod, you would be knowing also, is that earlier, many years back, when Marilyn Monroe was alive, she was also, controlled by the deep state. And, there were many things that happened. And ultimately, they say she committed suicide. But of course, there's much more to it. Now, Biden also, when he became the prime minister, the president, he was also in a certain way being controlled. And Hillary Clinton was also being controlled. So, do you think that in some way Trump is being controlled by certain forces that that he cannot do anything about? Now he is in the clutches, and he cannot do much about it because there may be some secrets that they know about him, and they are also trying to blackmail him. There is something that is making him scared because the Trump that we saw earlier, before he became the president, was a totally different Trump. Unless, of course, people are tweeting for him and writing for him, and he never tweets or writes anything. At that time, he said that he's going to take vengeance on a lot of people. And now that he has come, he's forgotten everything. Everything has become history. And suddenly, he's talking the language of Biden and Trump, of Obama and Hillary Clinton.
You remember the old BBC serial, Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister. You remember that? So this system is there in every country. If the system feels, the system means the bureaucracy is a continuous thing. Probably the one exception is US, where he can appoint anybody in that certain crucial positions. But see, till I am coming to the power, I am not aware of the exact depth of the events, depth of what is going around. Only when, if I am the president or the prime minister, only when I come to power, I know exactly what is wrong with the system or with the world. What are the odds against us? So I think this issue is there unless we, for example, Prime Minister Modi, who is in continuous power for the last 11 years, because this is a continuity. Even Trump was not, Trump's thing was not continuous. So this people or the bureaucrats or the so-called the deep state, which is there in probably every state or every country, they will try to bring back the system or bring back their leader to the right way. In a way, it is, in a way, it is there always. I think in every country, it is there. Because only they know what is actually, like, for example, the army, the mechanism is a continuous one. Since the military of US is under total control of president, he is not aware of that. Whatever he promised before the election could be slightly different when he comes to power. Probably they think that he is not in the right state of mind itself, isn't it? In the way he speaks, he says something today, tomorrow he changes everything. Is it expected of a president? So probably somebody is taking charge of them, charge of him also. I don't know. It is quite possible. System is actually worried about his capability to lead also.
Why I'm asking is, why I'm asking is, Doctor, is that, see, I don't know whether you remember 2 or 3 scenes when, Hillary Clinton, before she was getting into a car, she was like a puppet. Her legs were folding in a particular manner. Her head was turning into another direction, just like they were being controlled. Similarly, Biden, when he was the president, when he was climbing when he was going on the plane, when he was climbing the stairs, there were multiple times when he fell just like a puppet. And also, they say that sometimes people used to say that he's wearing a mask, which means that he's not the original Biden. So there were a lot of things. But what happens is there is so much of secrecy that the truth never really comes out.
It is quite possible. But since we don't have that proof, no, it is very difficult for other people like us or common man like us to judge on that, because the state secrets are deeper than what we think. I think it will be like that unless you have a very transparent and powerful leader who is capable of holding the rein of a chariot. I need to be in control of every department. I need to be in control of every situation. If I am losing the direction or if I am losing the control, I'm sure the system will take over. That is what I am worried.
What you say is very true, because in an interview I remember of Smriti Irani, now she is not much in politics. She's into serials. She has started speaking very openly about Modi ji. So what she said is that there is no group. There is only one man, and he controls everything. That is Modi. Now, my answer to her would be is that because Modi does not trust people like Smriti Irani or others, okay, because he wants a system where there should be no babus. He wants a system that is transparent. If you look at the ministers who are now in charge, you look at the railway minister, you look at so many people, they're all around you. Piyush Goyal, America is scared of him. So he has selected some very exceptional gems, and they are the ones who are making sure that whatever the country wants, they are doing it. So to spite him, we can always say that he is the only man doing it. No, he's given it to very, very responsible hands. He's removed the babudam from government. He's made a lot of changes, which is good for India. Your comments, Doctor.
It is the way a leader should perform. It is not doing everything yourself. You delegate, then you follow through. Make sure that things delegated are being done. I think he has a perfect team. Like, what was the most worry or the problem with the US in negotiation? It was Piyush Goyal. He was not yielding to anything. He had 6 rounds of talks, but he said, I am supposed to tell you like this. It is in the interest of my country that you see. How can he expect dumping his farm products to India? We have enough and more of that. It is not the old India where we crave for food. Now we are the suppliers of food. How can he take care of? We cannot take care of the fishermen, the farmers, and he wants all the genetic seeds to be here.
Yes, genetically modified. Yes,
we will not eat genetically. No, that means every time he will have to supply the seeds. That is the most important, interesting thing. And you don't know how genetically modified it is.
Maybe he has business. Maybe he has business with them.
No, not only that. It has been genetically modified. Is it the same food which is being distributed in US? Or it is a different food which is being given to India? We don't know. Suppose it could be some experiment also, isn't it? To modify the people ultimately.
Yeah,
Why should
absolutely.
we succumb to that? Why should we
Yeah.
succumb to that? So
So
I think we
Narayan,
have the right sense.
yeah, Narayan is saying Trump also shows signs of delusion. Now he looks for people who is right in front of him.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the way he speaks, the way he his words are mixed, his ideas are mixed. Everything is mixed. Not expect whether he has gone senile or some sort of this is not we are saying. It is I think one major, very major news channel broke this along with Yahoo News. It was which country? Guardian. I think it was Guardian. Was it Guardian? I think it was Guardian only. Guardian
Okay.
and Yahoo News said there are actually people in the government or in the US who seriously think about the mental capabilities of currently whether everything was okay and now things have gone wrong. I really doubt.
Yeah. So Milburn is saying there is a major secret plan to destroy the cabal and the good guys are winning.
Probably that is correct. I don't know. See, these are very, very dubious things which are going around. Only time will prove. Only time will say, isn't it?
Yeah. So because what you say is so true, because it took so many terms for Modi to clean up the trash that was created by the dynasty, to clear up the poverty that they had spread all over India, the corruption, the scams, everything he tried to systematically remove while he was also being targeted by the opposition. So it has been a very tough task for Prime Minister to go ahead with so many arrows behind his back. So all we can say is we are lucky to be in India, where we have a leader who thinks about the people.
See, that is one advantage India had recently. Whatever Trump has done, Biden has reversed it. Most of the things, or many of the major policies. Then Trump is again reversing. So one big advantage when the system is not changing, there is a big continuity in policies. Of course, the major policies will continue, but then there are certain minor, no, I'm not saying minor things, very important things for the country. The policies has to continue. The concepts has to continue. Or the program has to continue. That is one very good thing which is happening. Imagine for 4 years or 5 years, Congress was in power after Modi. Things could have been bad. They will reverse most of the things according to what they want. So we are lucky in a way. I mean, at least India is steadily progressing. That is why we had the capability now to stand on our foot.
Yeah.
And speak to US very directly and bluntly that we are not going to do that. What you're saying.
Yeah. And on a lighter note, the kind of theatrics the opposition is playing. So today, after a very happy and jolly marriage, Mahua Moitra decided to faint. And then people were holding her and they were giving her juice and everything. Now, surely, looking at the way Mahua Moitra has been going forward with her Louis Vuitton bags, I'm sure she would have married someone who is quite well off. So for her to faint in this manner itself shows that, this is another kind of action that she's doing just to please her masters.
See, these people know very well where the camera will be focused. And they are experts in that. Any drama they create, because they are all, you look at them, it is 300 MPs who are masters of deception. Isn't it? Masters of drama, very good people, very smart people who know how to catch the attention of the camera. So somebody has to do something more. So many people fainted, interestingly. Many people fainted.
Yeah,
I expected somebody to tore their dresses also, their own, to create, but that probably not happened.
So, doctor, a lot of glucose would have been, going to them, isn't it? You being a doctor.
See, it is quite expected.
Yeah.
Only drama gets the attention.
Yeah.
And
So, thank you so much, Vinodji, for this wonderful session. As always, very interesting, and also people are able to understand much better about
no,
what's
no.
happening in India.
One thing is, what I have a request to the viewers is basically you need to silently observe and think. See, you can't do much as an individual or an ordinary citizen or an ordinary voter. What are we capable of doing? We can sit and talk. Well, then you closely observe what these people are doing and think who is right, what they should have done, was this the ideal way to behave? If there is a problem with the nation or with the electoral process, is this the right way to respond? What are the real avenues on which they should apply? Why they are not giving it in writing? Why they are not going to the court? Why they are taking it to the streets? Why creating all these rukus? So I think people need to think. People need to really introspect. If these people come to power, what is their plan?
Absolutely.
So that is what I think. That is the only thing we can do as ordinary citizens, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, when the High Command decides to make a minister resign just because he spoke the truth,
Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. I heard that he was very close to Siddharamaiah also.
Yes.
But
Yes.
even then he was thrown out. He didn't pick the phone. He was not given an appointment to speak to the CM. Interesting. Isn't it?
Yes. Absolutely. On this note, we end the session. Thank you, Dr. Vinod. Good night. Jai Hind
Good night.
and Jai Shri Ram.
And Jai Sri Ram.
Thank you.